So, so it's just the roll and calling to order, right?
So is someone going to call the meeting to order, or who initiated? I don't know if that's Doretta or you, Bob.
I think Doretta just takes roll and calls it to order, and then we can start.
Okay.
Okay.
She's on mute. I don't know if she knows that.
Oh,
I didn't realize. I didn't know that
There
I
you
was
are.
muted and I was talking. I apologize.
I know, Ari.
Because I was like, I thought I just did all of that, but I didn't realize y'all didn't hear me. So we'll start again. Today is Friday. It's October the 25th. It is 10:07 a.m. We'll go ahead and call this committee meeting to order. And I'll also go ahead and call roll. We have Bob Bray from Soulard Market.
here.
We have Don Neese from the Comptroller's office.
I'm here.
And we have Miss Angela Parsons from the mayor's office.
Pearson, and I'm present.
And what did I call you, Angela?
Parson, like Mike Parson.
I apologize. I apologize. And please forgive me.
It's okay. I know you know my last name.
Yes, ma'am. All right, and we have only one person who is not in attendance today, and that is Mr. Jay Nelson from the Board of Aldermen, and I have noted that. Did everybody receive the proposal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
You didn't get it, Bob?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you said you did.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. What about Don? Did you get your packet?
Yes, I did.
You, Angela?
Yes, I received it.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or concerns that we would like to discuss at this time?
Yeah. I've got a few things to summarize and talk about. And I don't know, you've all received the packet, and you may have noticed that there's some missing information. The submission, if you look at page 3 of the RFP, related components, we don't have the company's organization or prior removal service experience and history. We're missing biographies. We're missing whether or not there was any legal actions. We're missing professional references and proximity. On page 8, required proposal contents, we're missing the transmittal letter, organizational information, key personnel, verification of licenses, status of minority and WBE description, which is all problematic, but not necessarily a proposal killer, because on review of the RFP, page 3, we have the right basically to modify, suspend, terminate all aspects of the RFP, to waive any defects as to form. So we don't have to dismiss it out of hand. However, we have on, and just to, further cement that, on page 9 of the RFP, we have the right to request additional information and to negotiate during the contract, basically during this process, to modify. We have the right to cure it, to give it a cure period in order to, get more information and to maybe negotiate with them about the contract. The only other thing that I would like to bring to the attention of the board is the addendum A that they gave us, which lists out monthly rates two times a week service. So it has 4-yard waste containers at 171.47. We have 9 of those at the market. 8-yard waste containers, 342.95 a month per container, and we have 9 of those. The 8-yard recycles, we have 7 of those, and they want 335.61 for 7. So I did a little math on this, and so what they're proposing is $83,748.60 a year, which is a lot of money. Because of that amount, I went back and I looked at the last time we allocated a yearly budget for refuse removal at the market, and that was the extension from 2023 to this year, 2024. And that amount was $63,987. So what they're proposing is an increase of roughly $20,000 for this year's refuse removal, which in perspective is a 31% increase. And so that's a lot. And I guess I'll open it up. You know, I have some ideas and some thoughts on it, and I'm sure the rest of you do as well, but we should probably open up the floor a little bit to talk about it and discuss.
Do we know if this increases because of like just, I mean, 31% is a lot. Is that due to just like we think cost of inflation, that they're paying their people more wages, higher wages to their people? Gas is more expensive now. Like, do we know what potentially isn't contributing to this increase, or is it just we think they just inflated the number just to inflate the number?
I have no idea what their motivation behind it would be. I know that the cost of inflation annual right now is listed at 2.4%, which, you know, that's not necessarily what any individual business's increase would be. But it seems out of line, to say the least. And we do have the right to ask them, you know, to justify why it is that they want to raise the cost $20,000 a year, or 31%. We could also direct Doretta to negotiate with them to see if we can get a better price, maybe one tied to the inflation rate over the 5-year contract period. We could also just cure it and put it out for bid again. Or, you know, we have some options here if we don't want to go forward with just accepting this as is.
Who's currently doing it?
They are.
So this is Republic Services.
So they're doing it now as well?
I'm sorry,
They are.
repeat
Yes.
that.
Who is currently I'm picking up the trash?
Republic is.
So they're doing it now, and they're the only one that put in a bid to do it for the next 5 years.
Correct.
That's correct.
So
And also Don, because the person for this for the comptroller's office has been changing. I think it was Nordic at first, and then Tia, now it's you. So just for context, this is our second time, I believe, our second time putting this out. So we you know, putting it out again, I don't know if that's really a feasible option, or if we get any different responses.
Right.
But Bob, I'm interested in what you think.
I think maybe some direct outreach to other companies, maybe a little bit more directly, might generate some more proposals.
We didn't do that this second time?
I don't know how directly Doretta would probably know that. I think it was basically just advertised in the usual ways in the usual places. But also, you know, I don't see any reason not to put a cure on it for a little while to negotiate with them.
Yeah, I think
at
we
a
can.
minimum.
We should negotiate.
Right,
Yeah,
agree.
for sure.
When is the current contract over?
The end of the,
Oh, it ended in June, right?
well, we did an extension, remember,
Okay,
and I just got that finally approved maybe, what, 2 weeks ago? So the extension that we just had, approved, ends at the end of the year.
end of the year, so there's not a whole lot of time.
Correct. The first time we put the RFP out, Don, we got no proposals. We got no response.
Yeah, Republic had just forgotten to submit it on time.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Yeah, so it just sounds to me that our best hope is to try to get them down, and maybe meet in the middle, like instead of 20%, 10%, and um, being I'm someone who lived in Soulard for over 15 years. It's important to keep that area clean. So I don't want to go without anybody when this contract expires.
Now, also,
Right.
and I agree. I also want you all to know that we kind of talked to Greg a little bit yesterday about all of this, and we brought up to him that we didn't know why the city, our own refuse department, wasn't possibly, handling the trash, and he was going to look into that as well.
No, they don't have the capacity to do that.
Okay.
I can speak for Bethany in that regard. We have challenges picking up the trash of residents. We cannot take on any commercial accounts or work at all. So it's
Okay.
not an option,
Their
unfortunately.
yeah, their largest container that they can do is a 2-yard dumpster, and our smallest is a 4.
Gotcha.
So there may be a way also, I've been brainstorming a lot on this. Just for perspective, the largest annual fixed expense that we have is refuse, right? It's, we run on a shoestring budget, but we always run in the green. We manage to break even or make a little bit of a profit every year. But this is our biggest expense, except for maybe salaries. But I can't help but wonder if maybe we could come up with a different trash and recycle design to lower the cost. Because this is just, in my mind, an outrageous amount of money to empty our trash. So there's got to be a way to do this more efficiently, at a better cost. And I understand we're on the timeline. Nobody knows better than me, that this needs to be taken care of in an efficient, quick manner. I've got all these vendors that create a lot of trash, and when it doesn't get emptied, we have problems. Sanitation, pests, all this, the regular stuff, and it's very top of mind for me.
What would you need, Bob, to figure it out to make it more efficient and cost effective? Like, what would you need?
I think that I think the best way forward is to initiate a cure period. Maybe just give us a 3 weeks to a month, and direct Doretta to sit down with them and see if we can work this out to at least make it reasonable. And then in the meantime, I
Quick
could,
question.
yes.
Quick question, and I apologize to interrupt. So I know we made it two times a week. Would that change the price, you think? I mean, do you need 2 times a week? You probably do. I think you probably generate enough trash for 2 times a week, or could you go once a week? Would that make it cheaper?
you know, it's a little more nuanced. There's certain parts of the market that need it two times a week,
Okay.
and parts that don't. And
Gotcha.
so you're right. There's some inefficiency in the system there that, you know, but I don't know if I could, maybe we could designate just certain dumpsters be dumped once a week and certain dumpsters twice. Maybe we could see if Doretta, that's actually a pretty fantastic idea. That would save us, you know, a good 40–50%, and that might just solve our problem. So thanks for that. My other thought was that maybe we could, in every wing, maybe just put one sort of rollaway, not rollaway dumpsters, some maybe, what do you call them? Are they rollaway dumpsters? You know, the really big ones, and just have every wing use one big dumpster centrally located. But my major concern with that is we wouldn't be able to close the lids. And I don't know if it would generate smell, or I don't, you know what I mean? The sanitary implication of that is not something I'm sure about. And access to these big trucks to roll in and get them out may be an issue. So there are things to look at. There are things to look at.
And then I think also with that, once people start realizing that there are bigger dumpsters, you're gonna have people just driving down, just trying to throw their trash away.
They do that all the time, every week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they don't care if they're big cans or small cans. Look, there's a can.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And they you know do that all in the all the dumpsters in Soulard. Alley
Yeah.
dumpsters and everything. It's their personal trash can.
Exactly. So anyway, that's sort of where we're at, you know. I think that we've got some options. I think the some of the cans once a week and some 2 a week may be a really good way to go, and a little bit of negotiation to see if we could bring that percentage increase down closer to, you know, a reasonable cost of inflation increase. What a great idea that was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And
Alright.
if for whatever reason you're not able to get to a correct price, then we can come back and reissue the RFP and do more direct outreach if we're not able, if that route doesn't work.
Well,
I think that's exactly the right way. I agree with that. I think that's the right way to go.
if we do that route, are they willing to extend the contract again? If it is in it, if it's ending at the end of this year and we're telling them no, we don't pick you, we're going to try to find someone else, why would they say okay?
Could we, okay, maybe this is, I don't know how long we can extend the contract to. Could we extend it into part of 25 instead of December?
The current one,
Yeah.
it's an extension. We could always do another extension, I guess, but we'd have to start the process really soon.
Well, I
And
guess I'm saying this current extension, Doretta, you said you just got it approved, or is it almost approved?
No,
Is there a way to?
we just got it approved. It's been sent to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Because the contract originally ended, when was that, Bob? Do you remember?
I think it was June of this year. And we put through, that was technically their last contractual extension.
Okay. Well, let's just really hope that negotiation goes well.
Yeah, I agree with that one. That's for sure. We just
I think we'll get it done. The show must go on.
Yeah.
I think we'll get it done. So if we were to do a motion, what would it be?
I move that we enter into negotiations to bring the price down.
And,
I think that's,
okay.
is that the
So I
motion?
think
Is there
that-
anything else?
I think that we need to, I think you need to move to cure the RFP for I don't know, 3 weeks, a month, and direct Doretta to move into negotiation to see about bringing the price down. I think it's good to leave it generalized like that. And
Okay.
yeah, I don't think we need to really get into more specifics. I'd also kind of like them to do a complete RFP rather than because they didn't. They just put in this little pricing thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't follow anything for the RFP, and this is a lot of money. They should follow the rules.
Yes, I agree. So should we say cure the what did you say? Cure the RFP, and then
Yeah.
maybe just enter contract negotiations, and then request that they submit a completed, that they submit the missing documents.
Right. They're missing all the required documents except for the bid. That's the only thing that they did. They did notarize a couple documents that they wouldn't boycott Israel, and that they would follow the living wage laws of the city and the state, but that's it. And those weren't even something that were really required in our RFP. So
Yeah, and they should have some of these done because they need to have those for the original contract. So
right.
yeah, I don't
And
know.
I think that's what they probably just was like, oh, you guys have it
Well, they
already,
have
so
it.
yeah, so
Exactly.
they didn't want to complete it, but that's not how that works.
That's
Okay.
not how it works, right?
Right.
You're right.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna redo the motion. I move that we cure the RFP, enter contract negotiations to bring the price down, and request that that the vendor submit all required documents.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Anybody opposed? It is carried by unanimous vote.
Awesome. I don't know. Do we have any other business? Maybe we should approve the minutes from the
Oh yeah.
last meeting.
Do we? Yeah. If we have minutes to approve, we should approve the minutes.
Yes.
Are there any
Would you be
amendments?
able? Yeah. Would you be able to do? I can't vote on that because I wasn't involved.
Right.
Do you need Jay on that?
How many of us are here? That'll still be 3 out of 5, right?
Don wasn't involved, so he unfortunately can't vote.
Yeah, I can't vote, right?
Oh.
So it'll just be me and you, Bob, and I don't know if I guess we don't have quorum to vote on the minutes.
Yeah.
Does Doretta have voting in this? No.
Well, wait, can Don just vote abstain? That's still a vote technically, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think so. I don't think there's any rule that he can't vote. And sometimes, and I don't know if this is the parliamentary rules that we're using, but if the chair isn't voting, most of the time they're allowed to vote in case of a tie, right? Which would allow Doretta to vote.
I don't know that though. That's new to me.
I have no idea. I apologize.
Yeah. They don't need to be approved this time, do they?
They don't have to be, no.
They don't have to be. Would be nice, because I
Right.
have wrapped up and moved on, but it's no big deal.
Yeah. Well, I vote to abstain. You can write that down, and the other two can vote and see if it flies.
I'm good with that.
All right, I'll move to accept the minutes from the last
Second.
meeting.
Abstain.
Second.
All right.
All right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? It is carried.
And
One
one
abstention
abstain.
Abstain. Yeah,
And
one
one
abstain.
abstain, I apologize.
passes. Okay. Well, that was fun. I apologize to everybody for overloading them with all that information.
But no, it was good. You did really, really well. So thank you for doing all that. And
No problem. Yeah, it was a
Do we need
lot.
to address anything else before we have a motion for adjournment?
I think just when our next meeting is gonna.
Okay, when do you all want to get that scheduled? Because we can get that on the books.
I guess it's up to like how long it takes for you guys to enter negotiations. I don't know when we should come back.
Because in our motion, to do the cure, I thought maybe it was just Bob. I thought he said 3 weeks. Because that's
Well,
what
we left it open-ended in the motion, so
Oh.
we could give you a little bit of time, 2, 3, 4 weeks even. I would say this, that I am going to be out of town. We have Thanksgiving coming up on the 28th of November. So it's going to have to be before that, unless we want to wait 2 weeks after, for me.
What about the
'Cause
week before? What dates are you actually out though, Bob? Like the dates?
So I'm going to be gone from November 28th till Tuesday, December 6th or
Okay.
7th.
That's fine. What about the week before?
7th on a Saturday, it's not a Tuesday.
December
What if-
7th.
December
Okay.
7th on a Saturday.
That-
The
that's
reason
fine.
I
I don't-
know is because we had to
it does-
pick daughter up on that Friday, December the 6th from college.
What if we did the week before Thanksgiving?
Oh,
The week of the 18th.
I'm looking at the wrong one. So you're right. I leave. Wait, basically I'm out of town November 29th to December 10th.
Okay, so back to what I had mentioned was, what if we met the week before Thanksgiving, the week of 18th, November 18th?
Through the I'm available the 18th through the 21st. I won't be here on the 22nd unless I can find somebody to watch Dad.
Okay, so and even the Thanksgiving week, is anybody gonna be around Monday or Tuesday?
Is the week of the 18th not available for you, Bob? Does that not work?
No, I can make all of those.
Yeah, so I'd rather meet the week before Thanksgiving if possible.
No problem. No problem. for me.
Don, what's your availability?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I will be here that week. I have several things planned, several meetings already on the books, but we can find a time for sure.
Is everybody available on the 20th November?
Wednesday,
Yeah.
what time?
The 20th, I'm available anytime after 11. I have one at 9:30 and one at 10:30, but that one goes really quick.
Yeah, I can make myself available.
Yep, me too.
So did you say at 11?
He said anytime after 11.
Oh,
Right,
after
yeah,
11.
yeah. Well, yeah.
So do you want to do 11:30 or 12?
11:30 works for me.
Okay, 11:30. 30.
So I'm gonna send out an invite and everybody will get it. I'll set everything up for Wednesday, November the 20th at 11:30.
Sounds good.
Good.
All righty.
Okay, so Doretta, thank you so much for getting us on task there. You'll send out the calendar invites. If there's no other new business, I move to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Hey.
All right,
All right, guys,
perfect.
have a great day.
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Yeah, you
Have a good
too.
weekend.
You too.
Oh, yeah, good